Hi, welcome to the iHeartFaces Photography Show. I'm Amy.
And I'm Angie. We're from iHeartFaces.com, and each week we host a new photo challenge that must include a face.
We welcome all levels of photographers, from moms with cameras to professionals.
We also have camera tips, photography tutorials, and all kinds of inspiration.
And today we're going to be teaching you about finding the light.
In a previous segment, we talked about the magic of open shade. And while open shade is really fantastic, it's not a place where you'll find that all light is created the same.
Right, right. Well, I think it's very important to learn about finding the light, because that was a very eye-opening experience for me, especially whenever I finally found that sparkle in the eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And today, I think you did some more bribery with your daughter.
I did.
to show everybody some samples of finding the light.
I did. One day, I completely bribed my daughter to pose on our front porch so that I could show everyone just exactly how wonderful a photo can turn out when the photographer finds the best light.
Okay, so these are on your front porch. While you always talk about you take things there and it's not the most interesting location, but it's become one of your go-to spots, right?
Yes, it really has. The lighting is spectacular there, and my camera is always safe from whatever weather elements I am shooting in. So I find myself shooting photos of the kids there quite often. I found that no matter where we are on my porch, I can usually take a fairly decent photo. But you know how we are as photographers. Mm-hmm. We don't want to take just a fairly decent photo. We want to take a really great photo. So to do that, I need to find the best light, right? So if you're not sure what I mean, here are a few examples to show you the difference it can make when you find the best light. For all of these examples, my daughter is standing in the exact same spot. The only difference between them is that I had her rotate her body slightly until I found the best light to shoot in.
Oh my gosh, look at her face. She looks very happy to be there. You really were bribing her, weren't you?
Oh, I completely had to bribe her. She wanted to play outside. Now, this was probably the worst light that I found. You can see that her face looks dark and has some shading on it. There is a small catch light in her eyes, but they definitely aren't sparkling like they should be if I had found the best light.
Right.
You see how dark that is?
Yeah.
Now, here's another example. By turning her just a little bit more, she has better light in her eyes, and her face isn't quite so dark. The light was quite uneven from this angle, though, with half of her face darker than the other.
See, but most people wouldn't notice that.
But see, you can see the difference now that I pointed out.
Yeah, definitely.
So I decided to keep turning her to see if I could find even nicer light to work with. When I turned her this way, I knew right away it wasn't very good. Her eyes are still very dark, and there's very few catch lights in them.
Right.
And catch lights are just those sparkles that you like to see in the eyes.
Looks good to me, but you're picky.
I am a little picky. Here's my fourth example. This angle was actually pretty good. Her eyes are fairly bright and shining. The light is mainly even on her face. I was getting happier with the light while shooting from this spot.
She doesn't look any happier.
No. And here's my last example. This was like, Eureka! I found it. I had her make one final turn, and I knew immediately that I had found the light. Look at those bright, sparkling eyes, the gorgeous, even lighting across her face, and the brightness. Isn't that nice?
And you had some wind and yeah.
She's looking a little bored, but not quite so bad.
And all of that on your ugly front porch. There you go. You can take good photos anywhere.
I love that photo. I had found the perfect light that I should be shooting in for that moment in time.
Well, Angie, that was amazing how you had her in the same spot in each photo, yet you found the light.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. It literally only takes a few extra seconds to find the best light, and it can take your photo from a, oh, that's a pretty good photo, to, wow, what an amazing shot. You should try it out today and see what a difference it will make in your photography.
Well, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time on the iHeartFaces Photography Show, where we inspire you to dream big.